You knew my blood could kill you. Why did you still touch me? Because it's better to burn than to walk away again. They said her blood was poison, that any human who touched her would die in minutes. But when she collapsed in the dust, he still reached for her. And what happened next rewrote the laws of two worlds. The twin suns hung like molten coins above Outpost 47, beating the market square into a haze of dust and metal glare. To the locals, the heat was routine. To Aiden Holt, it was punishment. The kind a man accepts when he's run out of better worlds. He was halfway through a shipment of coolant rods when he heard the sound that didn't belong. Not the bark of traitors, nor the grind of engines, but a scream cut short. 20 meters away, a ring of scavengers had gathered. Kneeling in the dirt was a Var female, her skin the deep violet of dusk streaked with silver luminescence. She was breathing hard, clutching her side where a faint green fluid hissed through the sand. Radiation venom. The kind that ate through alloy, let alone flesh. Her tribe's marks were visible under the dust, once noble, now branded exile. 5 credits! A scavenger shouted, grinning through cracked goggles. 5 plasma credits for the contaminated freak. The crowd laughed, nobody bid. Varon venom could burn through human bone in seconds. Aiden felt the weight of the outpost silence closing in. He knew the script. They would drag her behind the scrap piles and sell the body for parts. It wasn't his fight. He told himself that 100 times before. But she looked up, eyes locked on his, not pleading but daring him, a flash of fearless defiance under the pain. The same look he'd seen in the mirror the day his squad was left behind on Helios 9. He dropped the coolant rods. 5 credits, huh? The ring of men parted just enough to watch him die. You serious, off-worlder? She'll melt your skin off. Aiden tossed a pouch. The coins hit the ground with a clean metallic chime. That enough? The man shrugged. Your funeral. He pressed the release. The collar popped open and the alien woman slumped forward. Aiden caught her before she hit the ground. The crowd flinched as the toxin lit faint green across his sleeve, the heat radiating through his gloves. Don't, she rasped, her voice low and musical. Human. Your kind can't touch. Yeah, he muttered, tearing open a vial of neutralizing foam. They told me that before I shook hands with a reactor coil, too. He sprayed the wound. The hiss turned to a low hum as the foam hardened. She stared at him, disbelief flickering in her glowing eyes. Why would you? Because nobody else will. He carried her through the storm-baked street, past the smell of oil and fear, and threw her into his rover just as the sky broke. The storm arrived before they reached the ridge, sand coming down like liquid fire, drowning the world in copper light. They barely made it to his bunker, a cavern disguised by rock and scrap, before the shutters swallowed the rover whole. Inside, the silence was heavy. Aiden lifted her onto the medbay cot. Her skin felt cold, smooth but alien, almost metallic. He stripped his gloves, revealing a faint, blistering line on his forearm where her blood had made contact. Worth it, he muttered, injecting a stabilizer. Her body arched, muscles seizing, before the bioluminescent veins dimmed from bright silver to soft lavender. Welcome to Outpost 47, he said dryly. Population, 2 idiots. Hours passed in an uneasy calm. When she finally woke, her silver irises caught the light like mirrors. You should not have touched me, she said in broken common. Human blood, it will corrode. Already did, still here. He handed her water. Story of my life. She took it, hands shaking. Tara, she said quietly, that is my name. My people cast me out. They think the venom carries corruption. Superstition. Faith, he corrected, but faith kills just the same. They spent 3 rotations in that bunker while the storm raged. 2 survivors learning the rhythm of silence. Aiden fixed circuits. Tara repaired the shields, her hands manipulating energy in ways human mechanics couldn't replicate. You build to keep busy, she observed one night, the lantern light flickering between them. Busy keeps me from thinking, he said, and thinking keeps you from healing. The truth of it hung in the air, but the peace was fragile. The warning came in static first, a low, broken pulse through the comms grid. Tara stiffened, her veins flashing rhythmically. That rhythm, she whispered. It's Von code, a hunting call, they found me. Sensors screamed. Motion on all fronts, dozens of signatures closing in. Aiden slammed the lockdown controls, bathing the room in emergency red. Then we hold. The door boomed under impact. Metal screeched on metal. The hunters breached, masked in sand armor, blades humming with plasma. Aiden fired, dropping two, but a third lunged, pinning him against the wall. Pain flashed white. Suddenly, a streak of violet light erupted. Tara stood there, channeling her bioluminescence into a shockwave that hurled the attacker backward in a burst of shattered armor. She fell to her knees, her glow dimming to dangerous gray. "You just burned half your life force," Aiden shouted, pulling her up. "Worth it. We can't win this firefight," Aiden realized, looking at the approaching army on the screens. "We need to overload the comms dish. Broadcast a signal so loud it wakes up every satellite in the sector. That will call both our commands," she said. "Two empires to the same grave. Better than dying in the dark." They worked fast, merging organic Von code with human circuitry. The reactor hummed, vibrating in their bones. Outside, the hunters battered the blast doors. "Transmission ready," she said through clenched teeth. "If this overloads, it takes us with it." Aiden met her gaze, sweat, dust, and blood mixing under the red light. "Then stay beside me." She laughed, a fragile sound. "Humans, you never know when to surrender." "Exactly." The timer hit 0. The explosion bloomed outward, not heat but light. A pillar of pure energy pierced the storm, a defiant scar against the black sky. When consciousness returned, the roof was gone, framing a stretch of calm, silver dawn. Aiden crawled out from the debris. The storm had vanished. In the distance, the sky roared alive. Dropships descended from both horizons, Von gliders with wings like liquid glass, and human transports trailing banners of flame. Two armies facing each other across the smoking ruins of Outpost 47. Commander Reese emerged from the human line, weapon drawn. "Holt, you signaled us with alien code. You've caused a diplomatic nightmare." "I call it saving lives," Aiden rasped. On the other ridge, a Von matriarch stepped forward, robes shimmering. "Tara of the Fallen Line, you consort with the contaminant." Tara stepped forward, unflinching. "I bring proof that mercy is not weakness." She reached out and took Aiden's hand. The armies watched, stunned, as alien bioluminescence mingled with human blood, harmless now, shimmering like dawn. "Records burn," Aiden said to his commander, his grip tightening on her hand. "People don't." A silence stretched, heavy with the weight of history. Then, slowly, weapons lowered. A truce, fragile but breathing, born in the dust of a forgotten world. They called it the Outpost Accord. The day one human and one exile changed what mercy meant to the stars. As the suns dipped below the horizon, Aiden and Tara stood amidst the wreckage, their shadows stretching long and joined. One shape, cast by two lights, standing on chosen ground.